So today we will discuss about patch overview, what exactly this patch, what are the different patches are available, what are the naming conventions of patch, from where these patches will be coming, who will be suggesting us patch, so what is the procedure, what is the sequence of applying the patch, so where do we test these patches and all. Okay, so something like what are the patch components? Okay, so what is the major difference between the previous patching and this patching? So what kind of analysis we need to perform? Such a things and all we will discuss now today. Okay. So this is the, you need to understand this is the major. Okay. So one of the major difference between 12.1 and 12.2. Okay. 12.2 and the prior versions is technology stack wise is the WebLogic stuff. Okay. So when it comes to the maintenance side, it's the patching. Okay. So the patching is completely changed. It's completely changed, including the utility. Okay. In the previous versions and all, right from the 11i, okay, maybe before also, I didn't work on prior to 11i versions, but as far I know, from 11i, okay, AD patch utility is there. Okay. So the AD patch utility, they're improving the features of the AD patch utility, but the utility they never changed. Same AD patch in 11i, R12, R12.1. Okay, and I think it should be on 11i prior versions also. So here, they have come up with a bold step. Okay, it is to save the downtime of the patch. Um, they have come up with this kind of particular concept, and we would be discussing. Okay, I'll be giving some overview about the previous versions also, the AD patch overview also. If you wanted it, I think I should have VMware of 12.1. Okay, I'll see if possible. I'll show you the how the AD patch will be executed. Where the AD patch utility will be available. How do you apply the AD, how do you apply the patch with the AD patch utility or something? Or else I would be sharing you the YouTube link which I have taken the last batch. Okay. So we'll see. Depends on the time and availability we'll be doing. Okay. So today we'll discuss about describe the patch types, the terminology, components, and creation, understanding the patching order, and identifying the patching utilities. These are the major topics we'll be discussing today. So patch types. First of all, what exactly the patch? Okay, so what are the different patches are available? So before going into this, first we will discuss about the overview of the patch. What exactly the patch and how exactly these patches will be coming to us. Okay, so the patches are nothing but either a bug fix or an enhancement. Okay, so either a bug fix or enhancement. Okay, there are different types of patches, but whatever patch it is, you would be applying in the same way. Only the difference is, the component, the contents which you would be getting along with the patch is different. Okay, and the features which you will be getting along with that patch is different, but the way you apply of the patches are same. Okay, so some of the patches may be the 4 KB and some of the patches may be 1 GB. Okay, so it all depends. It depends on the requirement. You would be applying the different types of patches. Okay, so here in the top level, if you discuss, there are let me put it. So there are different type of patches in the top level. Okay, so that is one is OS patch. Okay, the second one is application patch. Okay, the third one is database patch. So OS patch application for your e-business. I'm telling you, for your entire e-business, you have in the top level you have three types of patches of them: operating system patch, application patch, and a database patch. This patch, the top OS patch, will be applying to the operating system. Okay, means it's executing the RPMs and the security related patches. Something like it will be there, and you don't need to worry about this operating system patches. Will be taken care by OS admins. Okay, you don't need to worry about operating system patches. Okay, even sometimes When you go with the CPU patches, we'll be discussing later what exactly the CPU. CPU is basically called as the critical patch updates. Okay, so for mainly for security. So when you go for in CPU patches, the part of CPU patch somewhere, some of the operating system patches also you may need to apply. Okay, so at that point of time, we'll be listing out the operating system patches and we'll be sending to the OS team. Okay, so they will plan it and they will apply from their end, and whatever patches are for us, we will be applying them. Okay, it is something like we'll be working with the OS people sometimes to apply the patch. All right. So no, next application patch. Application patches, yes, as a database administrator, I mean, as an apps DBA, you have to take care of the application patch. And basically, these application patches are belongs to application. Okay, application in the sense products. You can take one more type of patches. Technology stack. Tech stack components. Okay, so if okay, let me finish this. Application patches are completely belongs to the products. Okay, so you would be applying these patches. Okay, it can be a bug fix or it can be a enhancement. New enhancement means new feature. Okay, that will be applicable to patch. Even when you are downloading the patch, it would be asking for which application this patch is or something like that. The patch application name also will be mentioning in the meta. I mean, when you are downloading, I'll show you. Okay, where we will be downloading under at that time. I will show you. So when you search for the patch, okay, the patch number will be giving. Okay, patch number or they also call it a bug number. Okay, so the bug number will be they will be giving. Next, they will be saying the operating system wise and application wise in the sense of the product name. Okay, so that patch belongs to so and so product. Okay, it will be given to you. So okay, you don't need to worry. I mean, you don't need to connect to the product separately or applying. You will be applying automatically. The patch utility will be applying the file system or the database related stuff or generate related stuff, whatever that will be applicable to that particular product. Okay, so that part will be taken care by patch, and you don't need to worry, and you don't need to. If you know it, okay. Before applying the patch, if you know what exactly it is doing internally, yes, fine. I mean, it would be helpful for you to troubleshoot when if anything goes wrong. But you don't need to really worry about how exactly it is doing. Okay, so there are some sequence of things are there which we will be discussing later. So in that sequence, it would be going and it would be applying. The only thing is you need to find out in the log file is there any error occurred or what do you call it, whether that particular patch has been applied or not in the database side. There are some tables would be going to the table and would be seeing that, and the application side you would be checking the log file and then you would be verifying if it is a new feature, whether you got the new feature or not. You would be testing, or if it is a bug fix, you will be checking whether the bug has been fixed or not. Okay, so that's how it will be. Basically, the application patches are completely belongs to the products. Okay, nothing else. It will not touch any technology stack. It will not touch the database part. Okay. Next, when it comes to the technology stack patches, yeah, these technology stack patches are nothing the meant for technology stack components. Okay. So if any issue comes up to the form server or report server or web server, okay, or concurrent server, something related to that, if anything goes wrong, they would be providing the technology stack patches. Okay. So next database patches is purely meant for the database. Okay. So OS patches is for you'll be applying through, I mean, from root user usually. Root user. Okay. Application patches from application user. Application, application node, application user. Okay. So technology stack patches also. application node, application user. Okay, so this is belongs to database, database user. Okay, so database patches you would be applying from database user. Okay, so application patches you need to apply the technology stack patch or application patch. Okay, so that would be applying from the application user. OS patch from the root user. Okay, so for OS normally either RPM or patch. Okay, you'll be applying the OS patches by using RPM just for your information only. You don't need to worry. If you can give the patch number to them, they would be applying. Okay, so if you download the patch and if you see, sometimes you may find a shell program, sometimes you may find a Perl program, then sometimes you may find RPM. Okay, so anyway, those guys will be good. I mean, good enough to identify what exactly that file structure and how exactly need to be executed. If it is a shell program, they have to execute like a sh file name. Okay, if it is a Perl program, Perl file name. If it is a RPM minus IVH, something like that, and they would be knowing. Okay, I don't need to worry. Next, application patches. You need to use application online patching utility or AD patch utility. One. Okay, so if it is a 12.1 or prior versions, is a AD patch utility. If it is 12.2 or later, ADOP. Okay, so AOP, application online patching. So technology stack patches, there is no such. I mean, there is no specific utility. Okay, sometimes I mean just read the text. Okay, readme.txt will be there for okay anyway for every patch readme.txt will be there, particularly for technology stack patch there is no such utility dedicated utility for technology stack patch. Okay, so if you go to the readme.txt they would be saying please copy this file to this file so and so location to so and so location. That's patching for him. Okay, so sometimes they may ask you to execute a shell program, sometimes they may ask you to execute a SQL file, sometimes they may ask you to execute a Perl program or make program. It's a totally depend on the patch. Okay, so by seeing the patch, I mean, they will be giving the syntax also. Blindly, you need to follow the read.txt. Okay, there is no such utility like RPM or database patches or OPatch utility or AD patch utility or AOP, something like that. You won't be getting anything. Okay, so thoroughly you need to go through the read.txt and prepare the action plan and go ahead. That's it. Next, database patches, you all know OPatch utility. Okay. So this is the high level steps for high level discussion about the patching and that. Okay. So here we are not going to discuss anything about database patch. We are not going to discuss anything about OS patch and even technology stack patch also nothing to discuss. Okay. Don't you know the English, that's good enough. I mean, usually the shell programs and Perl programs, so such things and all they will be giving. So nothing to discuss about the technology stack patch. The main discussion about patching is AOP, application patching. Okay, so the application side, what are the different types of patches? Again, inside in application side, there are different types of patches are there. Okay, so what are those patches and how those patches need to be applied and what are the precautions need to take care before applying the patch and it's something like there is a concept called a patch analysis. Okay, so how do you do the patch analysis and how do you apply that analysis into the application? That and all we need to discuss. Okay, we'll see now. So next, straight away they have come to the patch types. So what are here? They're talking about patch. This is a purely application patch. Okay, so nothing else they will be discussing. Right. So it's the bug fix. Okay, types of patches. Usually you'll be saying as a bug fix you would be getting. That's called one-off patch. Only one bug fix. It's a very small, lightweight patches. Okay, there won't be much criticality. If you say my form is not working, if you go to the Oracle people, simply they'll give a patch with the new form or updated form. So when you apply the patch, a new form will be introduced and a new form will be copied to your AU top, and the form regeneration will be happening inside. I mean, the patch itself will be uh, compiling that form and preparing the FMX file, and you will be copying to the appropriate location. Everything will be doing by patch. Okay, so something like they may give a SQL file. Something is wrong with any of your schema. Okay, they may give a SQL file. So SQL file, the copy portion, executing portion, everything will be taken. There's a small bug fixes basically. It will be some 4 MB, 3 MB, 2 MB, sometimes KBs also will be. But the way you apply the patch is same. The precautions you need to take before applying the patch is same. Everything is same. Only when you apply the patch, maybe this will come out within 30 minutes, and the other patches may take more than this time. Okay, next new features. Okay, so the functionality and all. I mean, so it's sometimes they would be giving a new feature to one particular product, or sometimes they would be giving to the multiple products. Okay, so anyway, I mean, as we discussed earlier, these patches are interdependent. Okay, so if your product is depending on AP product as well, and when you are applying the patch to AP product, obviously it will be touching AR product files also sometimes. Okay, so you don't need to get surprised like, okay, since I mean I'm applying patch for AP, and why AR files also there, or why the other things, why it is touching the why it is executing files on AR top also, something like that. You don't need to worry. It's all totally depends on the patch type and patch definition. Okay, just hang on, please. Just hang on. Yeah, I'm back. So it's purely depending on the patch definition. We don't need to worry about this. Okay, so once we get the patch, okay, blindly you can go ahead and apply the patch, but there is a sequence. Okay, straight away we never be applying in a production machine, and that part we will discuss after some time. Okay, so RUP patches we call as a release update patches. It includes the new functionality as well as cumulative bug fixes should be applied on a regular basis of the best stability and the performance. Basically, see, it is something like, I mean, this month, let's say, you were working for your company is dedicated for account receivable and account payable. Let's say you raised an issue and they have given a one-off patch to you. Okay, so in another customer also raised another issue in the same product, and they also got one-off, or something like. In that month particularly, maybe 20 members might have connected to might have contacted Oracle people, and they might have given 20 bug fixes. Okay, so everybody using the same product. Okay, for AP product itself, they have given 20, let's say. Okay, so tomorrow there is a chance of getting the bug. Whatever other guys has got, there is a chance of getting you also, right? So after maybe you are not using the functionality today. Tomorrow, if you use that functionality, definitely you'll be getting, because this bug is the AP bug itself. Okay, so when you install the e-business suite, I mean, whatever you got, they also getting. So they might have approached the different functionality and got that issue, and you might have approached the different functionality and you got an issue. And tomorrow, if they approached your functionality or you approached their functionality, definitely you would be getting the error, and definitely you have to go to Oracle people. So what Oracle people will be doing is they will be collecting all this. Okay, for AP product, how many bugs has been raised this month? They will be identifying. Okay, so they will club together basically. They'll club together, and the next month, if anybody asks, okay, they would be suggesting two patches. Okay, so one patch they'll say, okay, boss, this particular patch, there are two options to fix this issue. This is the one-off patch, and this is another patch. Sometimes we call it mini patch also. Okay, so this is a one-off patch, and this is a mini patch. Okay, the mini patch contain lot many, other bug fixes as well, so that you don't need to come to me again and again. Okay, this is for instant fix. Yes, you can depends on the downtime availability for you. You choose your option. So if you got a good enough amount of downtime with you, okay, to avoid a repetitive connectivity to Oracle people, straight away you can go and apply the rough patch. Okay, or you can also call it the mini pack. Okay, so if you apply that and along with your bug fix and the other bug fixes also will come. Later point, if you come across the other functionality, there won't be any issue. And you suppose you don't have any such a time and you at any cost within no time you have to fix that issue, then you can say, okay, for the time being, I will go with the one-off patch, and then later sometime when I got maintenance window, I would be going for the other patch. So you will be scheduling in that way. You're getting right. It's something like a combination of all bug fixes. Okay, combination of all new features which were introduced during that period. So and so period to so and so period. What are the new features has come up and what are the bug fixes has been come up. Everything they will club together and they will make as a single patch. So it depends on the customer downtime availability and the criticality. They will be suggesting you. Oracle people will be suggesting you. Okay, when you go to the Oracle people and say I got this error, they'll say yes, this is the fix and this is the one-off patch is available. However, there is a chance of getting more errors. Okay, in this product, we have fixed all of them and we have created one consolidated patch also. You can either go with this or go with that. We would recommend consolidated patch, something like that. They will be coming to you, and accordingly depends on the situation, depends on the downtime, depends on the cruciality, I mean criticality of that particular instance. You would be taking the decision. All right, next, I'm keep saying you right. Critical patch update CPU. Okay, okay. This is called. It contains the security fixes and related area every quarter. So these CPU patches will be applied. I mean, will be releasing every quarter. Okay. So these patches, the above patches and all, depends. Okay. So in one month you may get a patch and you may get two patches. In another month, sorry, in one month they may release two patches, or in another month they may not release any patch, and the next month they may release 20 patches. It depends on the bug fixes happen to that particular product and the new features added to that particular product totally. Okay, so it's depends basically. Okay, but critical patch updates they give every quarter. Okay, every quarter they will be giving, and you can plan in once in a year also, because they are all cumulative patches. Okay, once you apply the December patch, you don't need to go with the previous patches and all, and that would take care of previous features and previous bug fixes also. Okay, so that's will call as a cumulative patch. So the CPU patches, yes, it's a security patches basically, and so every quarter they will be releasing, and depends on your. I mean, it is a basically it's something like a bread and butter to us. So every quarter they would be giving the patches and all, and every quarter we will have some work for sure. Okay, next, interoperability patches. It contains the e-business suite files and database objects to make the current version of e-business suite compatible with the newer version of the database or a technology stack component. For example, Oracle database interoperability patch with the e-business suite release. Okay, so if any major changes happen to changes happen to the database, or if any major changes happen to the operating system, to make it sync with the application, okay, they will be introducing the interoperability patches. Okay, because the libraries and all will get updated when your core level, if you are touching the database, or core level if you are touching the operating system, the libraries will get updated, and those libraries and the application need to be in sync, and that is the reason, or whenever such a changes happened on the database side or operating system side, the application side also they would be releasing some of the patches that will call as the interoperability patch. And don't worry about okay, these many types of patches are there. Do we need to know how to apply all these types? How do we apply a bug fix? How do you apply a new feature? How do you apply the rough, or how do you apply the CPU? You don't need to worry about. Okay, so these are all the different types of patches. Just for your understanding, I'm saying you will be applying the same utility, AD patch utility earlier and AOP utility now. Okay, the bug fix you would be applying with the same utility. New feature you would be applying the same utility, and the same way you would be applying. Okay, even CPUs also, maybe CPU some variation will be there. Sometimes they will be giving some operating system patches and technology stack related patches. But when it comes to the application patch, completely AOP utility. Okay, so the way you apply the patch is also same. Basically, the same parameter, same inputs you would be providing, same precautions you would be taking before applying the patch, same post patch steps you would be performing. Everything is same. Okay, but only thing is when you apply the patch, AOP will be taking care of the internally. Okay, whether it is a whether it is a rough patch or whether it is a new feature or whether it is a bug fix, everything has to taken care by the particular utility, patch utility. Okay, the way you apply is same. You don't need to worry. Okay, just for your understanding, before applying the patch, you would be knowing. Okay, so okay, this is the interoperability patches. So it's completely linked with the operating system and the libraries and libraries and DLLs if it is Windows or DLLs and all and around the other operating system libraries and also if anything goes wrong, you would be having some idea from where you need to start your troubleshooting. That's the only advantage if you know what exactly it is. Okay, so the way you apply the patch, the way you approach, the way you provide the inputs and all, everything is same. Okay, so end of the day, I'm telling these patch types and all just for your information purpose. Okay, diagnostic patches. Okay, so these patches sometimes you would be doing some what you call some analysis and GST Oracle release any new patch. GST Oracle release any new patch. Yes, they will be releasing the patches. So periodically the time changes will be happen. Okay, so 1 hour for particularly for UK as far I know. Okay, so one and a half hour difference will be happened every 6 months or I think one time it will change. Yeah, every 6 months the time change will be happen. That time, yes, they will be releasing some of the patches. Okay, so diagnostic patches. So sometimes you are trying to do something and you are not able to perform that activity, and the error which you are getting is not sufficient to troubleshoot. That time, Oracle will be giving you a patch, and they would be asking you the patch result. They will give you the diagnostic patch when you execute that. It will be picking it will be digging the more information from that particular product, and it will be generating some files. So they will be saying in the action plan itself, they will be saying apply this patch. The patch will be down. The patch will be generating the following file. Share these files, and if you share those files, you will be. The Oracle will be using them to diagnose the more information about the error and something. Okay, next NLS patch. So whenever you are applying the patch, okay, you have to apply. If your system is NLS enabled, you have to apply the patches for the other languages also. Otherwise, what will happen? Suppose one of your patch is updating your form. Okay, so you apply it to the US because base language will be US all the time. Okay, so you will apply the base language patch. Okay, so US patch, US related, the product related US language form is updated. Okay, but if yours is NLS enabled and using multiple languages, so you have to update the same thing to the other forms also, right? Otherwise, US form version and the feature will be different, and other forms versions and the features will be different. Okay, so that is the reason. Okay, before going to the before applying the patch itself, you need to trace out this information. Okay, so a couple of things like what is your operating system version? Okay, what is your e-business suite version? What is your what you call whether yours is NLS enabled or not. Okay, how many languages your customer is using, and another one is whether yours is shared apple top also, shared apple top or not also you need to know. I'll give you more information about shared apple top later part. Okay, so basically you need to understand these things like NLS enabled or not, how many languages are there, okay, what is your operating system, 62-bit or 64-bit or 32-bit, okay. So what is your operating system like the Windows or Linux or Solaris or whatever. So because when you are downloading the patch, it vary, okay. So there will be some options. For 32-bit, there would be one patch. This is the same number. For 32-bit, there would be one patch. For 64-bit, one patch. For Linux, there would be one patch. For Solaris, there would be one patch. And sometimes they will consolidate everything and they will release one patch for operating system, which you will call as a generic patch. If it is a generic patch, you don't need to worry about the operating system. You can go and apply. Okay, but the languages, yes, you have to be very careful. And before downloading the patch itself, you need to connect it to the on your database, and you need to say append underscore languages. Once I have given one query to you. Okay, if you execute that query, it would be giving what are the languages are there, and you need to download your patch for those languages as well. And first, you would be applying the base language. On top of that, you would be applying for the other languages. So if you are having a 5 languages, okay, 5 times you need to use a ADOP utility. Sorry, AOP utility. Okay, 10 languages, 10 times. So When you are requesting the downtime, these things and all you need to keep it in your mind. Maybe that's a 4 MB patch. Okay, it will, for 4 MB patch it would take some 1 hour you said. But if you are having a four languages, four times you need to apply the patch, right? So four into at least 30 minutes. If you take 4 into 30 minutes, 2 hours plus 1 hour, 3 hours you need to ask. The same patch single node. I mean, the guy who is having only a base language, he would ask 1 hour downtime, but you need to ask for 3 hours downtime. So when you are analyzing the downtime, this and all matters basically. Whether yours is a single node or multi node, it matters. Whether yours is NLS enabled or not, it matters. All right. Okay. So at the time of, I mean, in the later topic, and here in the next topic, we'll be discussing like how to minimize the downtime, how to request the downtime. Okay. So how do you analysis the patch, this and that. Okay. I'll show you some of my previous analysis, and I mean I have some template. I used to maintain some template when I was in Oracle. Okay. So such a templates, I mean, couple of templates by removing the server details and port details, I would be sharing to you. You can see how exactly I have done. So every company will have the different template. Okay, some people will maintain the Excel sheet, some people will be maintain the text file, some people will be maintaining some tools. So when I was in Oracle, there is a tool actually, PPA. Okay, there is a tool, pre-patch analysis, and there is a team also. Okay, the only that the team will be working on only preparing the action plan. But when I comes to I mean, there is another. After leaving the Oracle, I worked for the Bimbo Batteries, the US. There, I used to maintain that. I mean, there's some documents you need to prepare. Okay, so it's called the MD120 we call. So in that, every step-by-step action I used to provide. But now in the Vodafone I'm working now, and here we call as a run book. We'll be preparing an Excel sheet. In that Excel sheet, step one, step two, step three, I need to prepare. So different companies call it as a different way, but end of the day, it's an action plan. That's it in a different format. Okay, so pre-upgrade patches and the documentation patches, the same thing. Okay, so the pre-upgrade patches and all, prerequisite for your upgradation. The same you would be getting as, I mean, you would be downloading from the Oracle and you would be applying with the help of either AD patch utility or AOP utility. Okay, so documentation also same thing. Okay, so instead of bug fix or new enhancement, it would be providing some of the files like HTML files and doc files or PDF files, whatever. They have introduced through whatever they are introducing through that particular patch, that will be downloaded to your system. I mean, it will be copied to your system, and when you, I mean, for every activity there would be some help, right? So whenever you click on help, some information you would be getting, right? That kind of information will be provided, right? Okay. So any doubts till now? These are just for your information, as I said, these are just the different types of patches. Okay. So the way you apply, as I said, the way you apply this, all these patches are same with the help of the utility. And all right. So next, patch terminology. How do you call them? Okay. So sometimes we call as a patch, sometimes we call as a, I mean, product release patches. That we'll call as a mini pack. Basically, we call as a mini pack in the normal terminology, and here they are saying is the product release update pack. Okay. So mini packs we will say. Okay. And next, product family pack. We'll call as a family pack. We'll say, and this maintenance pack, release update patches. We also call as a maintenance pack. Okay, I'll note it down. Okay. Okay, so this patch here, we also call as a one-off patch. Okay, next, product release update patch. We have generic terminology. We call as a mini pack. Okay, or mini patch. Next, product family release update patch. We call as a family pack or family. Okay. Next, release update pack. we call as a normal terminology we call as a, I mean DBA terminology we call as a maintenance pack or maintenance pack. So this is how we call basically. Okay. So there's a patch number and it looks like it. Okay. The terminology looks like it. It comes with the patch number. It comes with the R12 dot the product name. Okay. Dot B A C D E F something like that. The version you can say. Okay, so it is also R12 dot product form underscore PF dot A B C D E F something like that. That depends on the version. 112.1, 12.2, 12.3. Again, this is for your information. When you exactly go into the patch and if you see, you would be seeing in all these patches, you would be seeing in a different format basically. Okay, so here so maybe when you are reading something, when you're reading some blog or when you're reading the text of any of the patch, if they talk about R12 dot AD dot A, okay, AD dot B, AD dot C, AD dot E, something like that. If you see, that will call as a, I mean, okay, it's a mini pack, something like that. Okay, so AD fam underscore PF dot B R12 dot AP okay I mean FIN financial underscore I mean financial farm underscore PF manufacturing there would be one code something like that. Yes, that is a family pack and if they pronounce like 12.2.1 12.2.2 12.2.3 something like that, that will call as a maintenance pack. Okay, so you need to say, I mean, product to, I mean, you if you want to update a bug fix or any new feature, a single new feature, we call as a patch. Okay, so it's a combination of one of patches we call as a mini pack, combination of mini packs we call as a family pack, and the combination of family packs we call as a maintenance pack. I'll mention here. Yeah. Yeah. See, basically, this one of patch is nothing but either a bug fix or enhancement. Basically, this information won't be in PDF file. That is the reason I'm writing here, not duplicating anyway. So this will call as a combination of one of patches as a mini pack. Okay, and specific to product. See, basically, in one AP in AP product, they have released 10 bug fixes, 15 enhancement, total 25 patches they have. Okay, so they can club together. They can club 25 patches and they can release it as a family pack. Okay, for example, AP they have released 10 patches, AR they have released 20 patches. They shouldn't club AP plus AR and they shouldn't release as a mini pack. Okay, mini packs are specific to the application is for the product basically. So if you are applying a AP mini pack, you should assume that you know everything happening to AP only. Okay, either bug fixes or any enhancement, anything happening to AP only. And if you are applying a mini pack of AR, so the entire file system will be touching by. I mean, the entire file system will be updated with by this AR patch. I mean, AR products. Sorry, you're getting right. All right. Next, family. So this is combination of mini pack. Okay, and specific to family. See, basically, financial under financial, some products will be there. Under manufacturing, some products will be there. Okay, under payroll, some products will be there. These are financial is one family, manufacturing is one family, and payroll is one family. Something like that. It will be differentiated. Okay, so when they are making a family pack, okay, so financial related mini packs they will club together and make as a family pack. Okay, and manufacturing related mini packs they club together and they will make as a one family pack, something like that they will be clubbing. Okay, and they won't be clubbing manufacturing mini pack and financial mini pack or something, so they are totally specific to the family. Okay, and this is combination of family pack. Okay, specific to version basically, like 11.1 point, 12.2.1 to 12.2.2 maintenance pack we have to use. Okay, 12.2.2 to 12.2.5 maintenance pack you have to do. Okay, and you have to remember one point here: all above patches are cumulative. Okay, suppose you are okay ap.a, you are at ap.a. Okay, and now you got a patch ap.d. Okay, see basically in ap.b they have introduced some 10 patches. ap.c they introduced 20 patches. Okay, so you are applying ap.d. Okay, maybe it contains another 20 patches, another 20 bug fixes or enhancements or whatever. So when you apply ap.d, you would be getting 20 plus 20 plus 10, all the bug fixes you would be getting. Okay, the prior version bug fixes also you would be getting. All 50 bug fixes you would be getting. Right, the bug fix or new enhancement, whatever, or 50 patches you would be getting along with the ap.d. Okay, if you go with the ap.c, B along with the B, what and all patches has been introduced plus along with the C, what are the patches is introduced. That list, totally 30 patches you will be getting. So that's called cumulative basically. When you are applying the latest, you would be getting the previous version features also. That's the beauty of AD patch utility. Okay, so straight away if you are going, if you are in 12.2 and straight away if you are going to 12.5, you would be getting 12.2.1 features, 12.2.2 features, 3 features, 4 features, and 5 features. Everything you would be getting. You don't need to upgrade step by step like the 12.2.1 to 12.2.2, 2.2 to 2.3, 2. Something like that. You don't need to go because these are all cumulative patches. All the application patches are cumulative patches. Okay, so again here I am saying a patch, I mean one of pack, mini pack, family pack, maintenance pack, something like that. I'm talking right. When you are going to apply these patches, you will be using either AD patch utility or AOP. Okay, same utility you would be. I mean, by using the same utility, you would be applying the one-off pack and you would be applying the family pack or mini pack, whatever. Okay, so maybe the time taking for to apply this patch will vary. Okay, when you apply one-off pack, there won't be there may not be any prerequisites and post requisites. Right away, you will be applying the patch and it would take some 1 hour or something like that. So if you are applying the mini pack, there might be some prerequisites and some post requisites, and the when you apply, it might take 2 hours. And family pack, more prerequisites, more post requisites. Okay, sometimes what will happen, when you see the reading the text, it will say as a prerequisite, you would be seeing one patch again. This patch need to be applied before this patch, something like that. You would be getting in the reading the text. So again, you need to check that patch. If that patch doesn't apply, before this you have to apply first, you have to apply the prerequisite patch and then you need to apply. Okay, you have to open the reading the text of that prerequisite patch as well. Again, in that reading the text you might see another 5 patches need to be applied. So you will be verifying the data, you will be verifying the database whether those patches has been applied or not. Maybe 3 patches applied and 2 patches not applied. So you need to prepare the list: 2 patches, prerequisite to prerequisite, 2 patches, prerequisite 1 patch, and the requested patch. So totally, for to apply 1 patch, you need to apply totally 5 patches. Something like, sometimes when you open one, when you try to prepare the action plan for 1 patch, you might get 10 to 15 patches also. Prerequisite to prerequisite again for that prerequisite, something like that. You need to do analysis. That is the reason Oracle uses to maintain a separate team for the analysis only. Okay, here in other companies and all, since when I was there, almost 300 customers are there. Okay, for Oracle on demand. But here, for us, maximum 1 or 2 customers. Okay, mostly one customer will be working for one customer only. Okay, so here everything you have to do, analysis you have to do, applying you have to do, everything you have to do. So the analysis criticality, I'm telling you. Some patches, so it is mandatory to go through the reading the text end to end, basically. Okay, it's not like, roughly if you verify, roughly verifying or something like that. Sometimes they would be saying I mean, for this particular patch, the mini pack level should be D. So by any chance, if it is C, first you need to convert that mini pack to D, and then you would be applying the requested patch. It's a big decision basically. Again, you need to apply another mini pack. All right, it sounds a little confusing, but how about the patch conflicts mark, like in the case DB patching in case of the it will be required to uninstall the older patches? No, no, no. Okay, so you don't need to. Okay, the first point you need to understand here is there is no concept of rollback in application patch. First thing. Okay, so Arc will never come up with the complete set. So they will be overwriting the existing ones if they really wanted. They will be overwriting simply, but they never ever say, okay, you have to take off this to apply this, something like that. It never happened in the application patch particularly because there is no such a concept. Okay, there you have an option. Okay, simply you would be saying patch hyphen rollback. Okay, you would be rolling back the this thing patch, and you will be applying the new patch and something like that. But in the application patch, there is no such a feature. There is no such a requirement also. Okay, so when you apply the patch, it will be taken care automatically. It will be overriding whatever it is going to do. Am I clear? That's the reason I'm saying application patches are cumulative patches. He's always to bother about the previous. Okay, so when he'll just verify whether his prerequisite is matching or not. Once it is matching, he will overwrite everything and he will be adding all previous versions. You might be at ad.a. Okay, so you are applying ad.k. All the new bug fixes or new enhancements, everything he will be applying and he will be updating the status to the ADK. Is that clear, Ashik? Perfect. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So what I'm saying, yeah, cumulative. So I'm talking about cumulative, right? I lost. You're talking about cumulative stuff, right? I think yes. I think yes. Yeah. So you understand, right? Cumulative things. So and as I said, all the above patches you would be applying by using AD patch utility and UOP. Okay. And one more thing you need to know: all these patches format will be P followed by patch number underscore OS dot zip. Okay, so when you download the one-off pack or when you download the mini pack or family pack or maintenance pack, whatever patch you download, you would be getting in this format. P followed by patch number underscore OS. Sometimes you would be seeing like if it is a OS specific, yes, fine. Otherwise, you will be getting generic. So you can apply that particular patch to any of the operating system. Okay, so just keep this word in your mind. I'll explain you once again. Okay, so I'll show you also. Download the patch. I'll connect it to the Meta link, download the patch, and I'll show you the format and I will extract it and I have to explain about what are the patch. I mean, when you download the patch, when you extract the zip file, what are the components? It means what are the files you would be getting or the importance of those files and we need to discuss. Just this format, you just keep it in your mind. Go back to your slide. So code lines. So they will be releasing like this 12.0 and then 1, then 2, something like that. The sequence of how they will be applied. Bug fix, bug fix. This is what I explained you. It's a diagram format. Okay. So bug fix, and the RUP patches, RUP mini packs we will call it something like that, and they'll club together and they'll release as a 12.1, and they club everything and they release as a 12.2. It will go like that. Yes. So additional database handle. The application DBA tag, I mean, so this AD and a tech stack consists of the following. The following are the some of the utilities provided by AD and TX. Okay, tech stack. So these are the utilities you would be using as part of patching, basically. AD online patching, ADOP. Okay, so this is the major utility which you will be applying the patches, basically. Okay, so if you see previously, that we will call as a application AD patch. So in bracket AD patch, it will name also AD patch only. So next merge patch. Sometimes you may need to use merge patch. So AD MRG PCH is nothing but clubbing the number of patches. If you are having 10 patches to be applied, and all the 10 patches you can club by using this utility, and you can make as a single patch and apply a single patch. There are some limitations, and I will be telling you like when exactly you need to use the AD merge utility. Yes, sometimes you may need to use AD merge utility, but when and all I let you know. Okay. So normally, I mean, if you suppose if a customer asks you to apply two patches, and every time you shouldn't club together and apply. There are some limitations for that, and I would be explaining. Okay, we have a different topic for ADM or GPCH, means merge pair. There we will discuss. Okay. Next, AD administration. Yes, you need to use the AD admin utility. Okay, as a prerequisite, as a postrequisite. Sometimes they may ask you to regenerate a form. Okay, regenerate some forms particularly to one particular product. Sometimes they may ask you to compile the app schema. Sometimes they may ask you to, in the previous versions, you need to enable the maintenance mode and disable the maintenance mode. That feature anyway taken off in 12.2, but the earlier version, before applying the patch, you need to enable the maintenance mode, and after applying the patch, you need to disable the maintenance mode. That's a mandatory thing. Okay, so that such a things under you have to do through AD admin utility. It's not all patches you would be using AD admin utility. Okay, it depends on the patch basically. If it's a one-off patch, you mostly you won't be seeing any prerequisite and post-requisite straight away applying the patch. But when it goes to the mini pack, or when you go to the family pack or maintenance pack, you would be seeing more complexity in the readme.txt. So many prerequisites, so many post requisites. As part of prerequisite, sometimes you may need to apply another patch. As part of prerequisite, you may need to run AD utility or something like that. It will be defined. So if you see the readme.txt, you would be understanding. Okay, I'll show you a couple of readme.txt as well. Complex readme.txt and simple readme.txt, both I will show you. You will be understanding. All right. So next autoconfig utility, yes, I mean, basically the inbuilt the AD patch utility or ADOP utility, they would be executing autoconfig whenever it is required, and sometimes as a post patch step, they will specifically mention please run autoconfig after applying this patch, something like that. So you may need to. So this is also as part of post requisite you would be executing. A prerequisite, it depends on the patch readme.txt. Sometimes they may ask you to execute before running the before running the AD patch utility or ADOP utility, or after running the ADOP utility. So it depends. So these are the utilities you would be using. The entire patch system, these utilities you may need to use. Okay. So patch components, right? So these patch component usually, I said it in the zip format you would be seeing, as I said. So whenever you download a patch, okay, so you would be getting in the zip format. The zip file naming convention is p followed by patch number underscore operating system dot zip. Okay, so p followed by 1234 underscore generic dot zip or underscore linux dot zip or underscore sunOS dot zip, something like that you would be getting. Okay, so if you get generic dot zip, you don't need to worry. Any operating system should be fine. Okay, you can upload it and you can apply. If you see linux.zip, that particular patch should apply on Linux environment only. Okay, even if you try to apply in another environments, you would be getting the error. It will throw an error. Okay, so when you unzip the file, you would be seeing these are the files. Okay, so when you unzip that zip file, you would be seeing this readme.txt, patch driver file, code files, patch metadata file, SQL files. Okay. So every patch contains the readme.txt, readme.html. Two files you would be seeing. One is readme.txt and another one is a readme.html file. Okay. So whenever I mean, both file contents is the same, different format. That's all. Okay. So if you want, I mean, you can open it. It depends on your comfort. If you open the readme.txt, you will be seeing the same instructions and the HTML file, you will be seeing the same instructions. So even without downloading also you can read the readme.txt. Okay, so in the metalink itself, when you fetch that particular patch, so there you would be seeing readme.txt and download feature you will be seeing. So first you will be opening the readme.txt, and another window it will open, and there it will be showing for what product it is and what is the version or what operating system and what are the prerequisites, what are the post requisites, what are the execution of the execution steps. Everything you would be seeing in the readme.txt. The patch history, okay, the what and all the patch, what are the bug fixes it has done, what are the new features it has introduced. Every information you would be seeing in the readme.txt. Okay, in the readme.html also. So next, driver files, .drv files. Okay, so here you would be seeing this is basically for prerequisites purpose. Okay, so B followed by patch number .drv file. Oh no, 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 no. That is different. Okay, fine. So the driver files you will be seeing. Okay, there are three different driver files are there. Okay, U driver. Okay, so these days you are seeing U driver. Olden days you'd be seeing C driver, D driver. Okay, in olden days, you will be seeing C driver, D driver, and G driver. Okay, so C is nothing but copy driver. D is nothing but database driver, and G is nothing but generate driver. Okay, so don't worry, you won't be seeing these days. Okay, they are completely they merged all these the combination of C D G we call as a U driver, uniform driver. Combination of CDZ drivers basically. Okay, so the copy portion, database portion, generate portion, everything will be clubbed together, and when you apply U driver automatically. See, the the main paining stuff is when you got the C driver. Okay, so ADOP utility you need to use here. Okay, so when you execute ADOP utility or when you execute ADPatch utility, as one of the parameter would be it would be asking please provide the driver name. You can't provide three driver file names at a time. Okay, so first in this case, first copy driver. Okay, this order need to be okay. Order for these drivers, copy portion first, database portion, and generate portion. Okay, first copy C driver you need to apply. Again, you need to use AD utility of that ADOP utility and apply D driver. And again, you use ADOP utility applies G driver. Okay, because every time it will take only one driver file as a parameter. So when you got a CDG driver in olden days, basically, particularly in 11, 11, 5 up to 11, 5, 10 also, some sometimes they have given CDG driver. From 11, 5, 10 onwards, they started giving as a U driver. Okay, so that part, that it's a very painful. So first you need to AD patch utility you need to use for the C driver and then D driver and then Z driver. Three times you need to use. Okay, so here the club and when they give U driver, so you just need to apply only one time, which will take care of the copy portion, database portion, and G generate portion. Is it clear? You can't merge them. You can't merge the drivers. You can merge only patches, but you can't merge the driver. So RK himself merged as a U driver, and so sometimes when you download the patch and when you extract the patch, you may get only CD, or you may get DG, or you may get only C. You may get C and G, something like that. But whatever, okay, maybe that particular patch doesn't have any. If that particular patch doesn't have any database operations, okay, then it would give only C driver and G driver. The order need to be followed at any cost. Okay, so if you got CG and first you need to apply C and then you need to apply G. If you got only DG, you need to apply D, you need to apply G, something like that. So copy, database, and generator. This need to be taken care. This sequence need to be taken care. Just for your information only, I'm giving this information. Okay, so you won't be seeing CDG drivers these days. If you go by any chance, if you are working for very olden servers, that time yes, there is a possibility. Okay, one or two cases there is a possibility, because in my previous environment I worked for in one customer I worked on 12.1 version, and another customer 11.10 version. So there is a possibility. So that just for your information, I'm telling. So anyway, the U driver you will be getting, which contains CDG driver, the copy portion, database portion, and generate portion. Everything he himself, he will take care of the other also. So need to worry. All right, that's the code files you will be seeing belongs to the patch. Metadata files you will be seeing belongs to the patch again. SQL files you will be seeing belong to the patch. Okay, so these file system may vary. Okay, so sometimes you may get only this, or sometimes you may get only this, or sometimes you may get only this. Depends on the patch. But the reader text and the patch driver file is mandatory for every patch. So you patch number.drv. Okay, copy, perform the database updates and generate updates. Okay, combining the action of copy, database, generate drivers in a single consolidated driver, a unified driver. Okay, as a unified also. Okay, fine. All right. So it contains first it will be taking care of a copy portion, it will be taking care of a database portion, and then it's a generate portion. So as I said, contains the key patch information, copy files, existing files, and all. If any SQL related updates happen, this thing. Read the text contains the patch application instructions, so manual steps, if any manual steps are there, and that information. So patch creation. So how the patch will come into the picture. Okay. So customer reports a problem. Okay. So suppose end user is making use of your product, your e-business. So they have come across any issue, and they will report it to the DBA first. Okay. And then you would be verifying whether really it's with the database or application. If it is database related stuff, you would be troubleshooting and you would be fixing it. If it is application related stuff, you would be involving functional people and technical people, and they would be verifying it. And if they identified there's a problem with that particular, it's not a problem with the Oracle people, and it's a problem with the environment. They'll be fixing it and come back to us. Otherwise, they will be raising one service request to the Oracle people. Okay. So in the meta link, in the support.oracle.com, they would be raising one service request, and in that service request, they will be giving all the inputs. Okay. So the support engineer will be identifying the problem, and they will be verifying it. And if it is a simple issue, which can without the patch also it can be managed, they will give you some small action plan. They will send it to a, and you will be executing it. And if they feel like it's a problem with the application and which may occur again and again for other customers also, then they would be deciding to fix the patch. So support engineer reach out the problem. Support engineer notifies the customer of existing patch if available. If already a fix is available, simply support engineer they'll give the patch number. You go and apply this patch, this problem will be fixed. Okay, but whenever they are giving, they will be saying, please apply this particular patch on non-production instance, which is similar to the production, which is nothing but the pre-prod instance. Okay, so means wherever this particular issue is reproducing, you can reproduce in that particular environment, you apply the patch and make sure that the issue is not there, and then once it is succeeded, then only you go to the production. Okay, whatever action plan, Oracle will tell this thing. Okay, so that's right away. You never ever touch the production and apply any of the fix. Okay, so you'd be applying by any chance if that particular issue is not able to reproduce in any of the non-production environment, you have to clone it then and there itself, and then it may take time. It may take a week to clone it, but still there is no other go. Okay, you have to clone it to the as another machine, and that issue need to be reproduced in the non-production environment. Then only you will be applying the patch. Otherwise, no. Okay, so problem. Otherwise, problem is logged as a bug, and if patch doesn't exist, development. Okay, they will be intimating the Oracle development people, core level development people. They will be identifying the issue. They will be fixing the issue. They will release as a patch, and that patch they will upload it to the Metalink support. That Metalink server, and they will reach out to these people. And these guys again come back to you saying that this patch you apply, the problem will be fixed. So developer check the fix in the local store control system and the development ARU. Okay, so that is the automated release update. There is a system inside that when you upload to that, automatically that will be reflecting into the Metalink and you can able to access. Okay, so patch is automatically ported to all e-business wood business platform. The development test the patch in the standard environment. Patch is translated to the other languages if it is NLS. Okay, patch releases to the customer. That is the sequence basically happens. Okay. So it's a simple, if I say, if you ask me, this will be happening between Oracle support and you. That's all. Okay. They themselves will be doing inside what and all is required. They'll be contacting their You don't need to contact development team. You don't need to contact the upload, whoever uploading the team. Nothing. Okay. So you just raise one service request and that service, whoever won that service request, that guy will be taking care end to end. So next patching. When planning a patch strategy, make a plan to apply patches in the following order. Apply the latest, PSU and associated e-business interoperability patches that are listed in the e-business technology stack. Okay. So first we need to make sure that you are up to date. Okay. Any of the e-business suite, first you have to make sure that you are up to date. Though you are up to date, still there is an issue, then yes, we have to contact the Oracle people. So upgrade all the technology stack components to the latest certified level. Apply the latest technology stack, AD and technology stack patches to get the means coming to the up to date. Okay. So apply latest e-business suite release update packs. So whatever latest patches are there, first you need to apply them. And still, though you are up to date, still the problem exists. Then yes, yeah, again you have to contact the Oracle people. That is what he's trying to say. So using my technical documentation on this support contains the technical documentation and the products and Oracle products. The technical forums is there to discuss something and information about the product availability. Okay, and service requests and all patches and all. So you can get all this information. It will be like this. The patch number platform. If you select, you would be getting. Okay. So patching utility, command line patching utility, web-based patching utility. Okay, command line patching utility, ADOP utility, ADMRGPC H utility, Oracle patch assistant utility. Okay, this is introduced now. So OPatch utility, smart update. This is also introduced in 12.2. Okay. So online utility is OAM only. Okay, the patching is performed running the new ADOP online. So in through OAM, this patch usage will be there, and that also we will discuss later. Merge patch. So you can club the multiple patches as a single patch, and you can apply. There is an utility is called ADMRGPCH. Would be merging. So you should not merge the previous versions and this version. Okay, so the only that version related patches only you have to merge, and there are some limitations. Okay, so I'll show you those limitations when we were doing the patches. So patch application assistant we call as a PAA. Okay, so it's a Perl script, admsi.pl, which helps user to perform any manual patching steps are needed. Okay, next PAA generate a custom set of instructions so that you can consolidated and display the manual steps. It will generate. Okay, so when you execute this, it will be creating the step-by-step action plan. It will prepare by reading the readme text. It will be preparing the action plan. It will be giving to you. However, you have to manually go to the don't depend on this utility. This is such a utilities are there in prior versions also. So whenever you need to apply the patch, it is mandatory to go to the readme text manually, and though you used this utility, you just need to cross verify with the readme text, and you have to OPatch utility, as it's a database patch utility to apply the database patches. Smart update utility that you can apply the patches on Oracle WebLogic server. Okay, for the technology stack, this particular method they have given. So web-based utility. So applied patches list. Okay, through OAM you would be getting this utility. Applied patches you can get, and the file history you can get. Patch wizard will be there. Timing report will be there. The flagged files, software updates, all these reports you can get from the OAM, and you can get from. I mean, there are some SQL files which I will share you regularly. Whatever SQL files I would be using, those files are those statements I will be sharing. So the same information you can get from the backend also. So that's all. The overview of e-business suite, guys. So this is what we have discussed. All right. So tomorrow we'll discuss about the online patching. I'll upload this file as well today. Yeah, it will take a couple of days to by this weekend we can finish the patching and all. So okay guys, see you tomorrow again and have a nice day. I'll upload this PDF file and a recording file and this text file. And three files I'll upload here. Alright. So take care, have a nice day.